Hi there, nice to see you. On today's video I will teach you the most essential acoustic blues licks in the style of Eric Clapton. We'll take a look at the songs Rambling on My Mind and also Drifting Blues, which he's often playing live when improvising in the style of acoustic blues or delta blues. In the first part of this video I will teach you the most important licks which you have to know played by Eric Clapton himself, and I will go through each and every detail with tail on screen. In the second part I will show you my favorite blues licks played by Eric Clapton himself, and this one is very cool. You can play it over 1 chord, the 4 chord and the 5 chord, and yeah, I will show you. And in the third part you will learn a full 12-bar acoustic blues solo played by Eric Clapton himself on a live version of Drifting Blues. Now let's go.
I'm drifting and drifting.
Now before I teach you anything, a quick note. Eric Clapton really likes to use his fingers on the right hand when improvising over an acoustic blues. Sometimes he's using a pick, but most often you will see in the videos he's using his fingers. Now I think that just stems from the fact that he's really an old school guy. He really studied the delta blues, and you don't actually have to do the exact same. All those licks can be played with fingers or a pick, so I would suggest just use whatever fits you. Now with that out of the way, let's begin. Now for the turnaround there are some variations he's playing live. The first one is the chromatically sliding down major sixth. You can go downwards, or you can go upwards. And Eric Clapton in the end will always slide from minor third here to the major third, and then walk up to the fifth of the B7 or 5 chord. And then, which is typical for him, he will put his thumb on the 2nd fret E string and play the F sharp in the bass. Then pick a little bit through the chord. I mean, you can't see this right now, but he's often, because he's not using a pick, he's really slapping on the strings, but at the same time he's hitting them. So now another cool thing he likes to do is using the E7 triad. This is very typical for him. It's here at the 4th fret G string, 3rd fret B string and 4th fret E string. And then just go chromatically down. Before arriving at the E major triad, it's 1, 0, 0. And then playing the 5th fret of the A string, and then chromatically going down to the 5th, in exchange always with the open E string. And then going into the shuffle. Now another variation I've seen him play is the Robert Johnson style turnaround. It's starting here at the top, it's the 12th fret of the E string. You're pedaling, that's your pedal note, and then the 12th fret of D string. And also here, chromatically down, 11, 10, and then the 9th fret of D string. You could also combine those, like that. It works especially well at the beginning of blues. Now here's a very cool thing. He's sometimes playing over the first 4 bars of a 12-bar blues. Now he's going to use the E7 shape, the E7 triad, which we have seen in the section before, and he's going to also play the low E string. Now he's going to play triads, a lot of triads for all those bars. I will show you. Now triplet, 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 and then going to 3, 2, and 3, which would be an E flat 7 triad. That was 3 bars now. Now for 4th bar he's sliding again into the E7 triad. 3 times the E7, then 3 times E flat 7. Then he's gonna slide back to the E7 triad. And for the transitioning into the 4 chord, he's often playing the low E string, then playing the 3rd fret of E string, and then playing the open A string. Something like this. Now here from the beginning. For 1 chord he sometimes plays a G major triad and bends it up just a little bit. You can slide into that as well. And play the open E string. 2nd fret of the G string. Hammer onto the major 3rd of the E major. And then the open E string. And then the low E string. Now for the transition from the 1 chord to the 4 chord, he's sometimes changing the pentatonic positions. Now in this lick he starts out at the 4th position of the E pentatonic, and he's gonna start at the 9th fret of the E note here at the G string. He's gonna slide into that note. Now he's gonna play the minor 3rd and bend it up just a little bit. Then the 10th fret of the B string. Then again the minor 3rd. And then he's actually just going down the scale. He's of course including the blue note. Not a very complicated lick, but it doesn't have to be complicated all the time. And then playing the open A string, which is perfect because we are arriving at the 4 chord. And this is going on in the background all the time. Now he's often playing a lick like this when arriving at the 4 chord successfully. Now he really loves to use the B.B. King style licks, and he's gonna slide on the B.B. King box here the 7th fret, 6th fret G string, then 5th fret of the B string, and then he's very often, you will see him very often if you check out various versions, play this chromatic little line, not only on acoustic guitar but also on electric guitar. And to play this fast with only your fingers is not that easy actually. Then he's gonna play the minor third, go back to the 5th fret E string, and back to the minor third. Then he's gonna do a quick hammer on and pull off from from the root note to the minor third and back. And then he slides into the next position. It's the E note here, the 9th fret with a G string. And then slide back into the another position, into a 3rd position. It's the 7th fret G string. Then a pull off from the 9th fret D string to the 7th fret. And then a slide to the minor third here. Now combined with the lick before. Something like this. It's not easy. Practice this. Now, I couldn't find the video for this lick, but I had it tapped out and it sounds actually very cool. It's for going from a 4 chord back to the 1 chord. Now he's sliding into a part of an A major triad, which is the 5th fret of a B string and 6th fret of a G string. And he's also has the open E string ringing out. Again, this chromatic line. Then a little bend up here at the minor third. And then the root note, and then the root note at the low E string, the open E string. Which is perfect. Another thing he really likes to play are the 1 chord and also the 4 chord are the sliding double stops here at the top. Now it's a 12th fret B string and the 10th fret of E string. And he sometimes will pick those with the thumb and his index finger. He's rather picking them, and sometimes you will see him just use his fingers and brush the strings. You can do whatever fits you. And when arriving here at the part of a G major triad, he really likes to bend this up. And then play something like this. Now you could also use this little part here to improvise the 1 chord or the 4 chord. Sometimes when arriving at the 5 chord, he really likes to incorporate the major third of the 5 chord, which is the D sharp actually. Just checked. Now he's gonna play the 12th fret here, the E string. He's gonna slide into that note. And then he's gonna change in between the 11th fret, which is the major third of the B7. Which sounds very cool. Play that a few times. And then go to the 12th fret B string. And change between that and the blue note here, the 11th fret. Really play around with this because you don't have to play it at the exact same amount of times. Just play it once. Now this lick starts out with the open B string, 3rd fret, and the open E string, and then the F sharp, which is part of the B7. And he's gonna play a little lick a few times, which is the 2nd fret of the E string, 5th fret of E string, and then he's gonna do a quick hammer on a pull off, and then the 5th fret of B string. Then you can play the 2nd fret of E string, pull off from the 5th fret to the 3rd fret, and play the 5th here at the 4th fret of G string. And then you can also bend up the 3rd fret slightly, and then play the 5th and give that some slight vibrato. And then slide down to the A note for going to the A4 chord, the A chord. This one is very cool, a 4 chord. He constantly plays the open A string with his thumb, and then bends up the minor 3rd, here the E string 3rd fret, and plays that during the same time. He's gonna then play that once again, plays the open E string and open B string, and then transitioning into the bar 6, which is also a 4 chord. He's gonna bend down the 4th fret, the minor 3rd here, the E string, and plays the open A string again, and then repeats this. And then for transitioning into the bar 7, which is over the 1 chord again, the E, he's gonna play some notes which are fitting over that. For example, hammering onto the major 3rd. Now full lick again. Now this is really my favorite acoustic blues lick by Eric Clapton, and for this one we are gonna have to use pick, because it's on the fast side and it's going to be actually very complicated to play this only with your fingers. Now this one he plays for transitioning from the 1 chord, the E7, to the B7. Now slowly here it goes. Now it starts out by sliding to the 12th fret of E string, then the 10th fret, then this little chromatic line here, 12, 11, 10. And he's then walking down the scale. Oh, and as you can hear, the first note is a rake into that note. Then 10, 9 at the G string, and 8 at the B string. Then he plays 9 on the G string, and rolls his finger over the 9 to the D string, and then the 7th fret of G string. Then he slides with his ring finger from the 9th fret of the D string to the 7th fret, 5th fret of the D string, and the 7th fret of A string. And then, almost the last note, for the 1 chord at least, he hammers onto the major 3rd, and then the E note. Then transitioning into the 5 chord of B7, he plays the 7th fret twice, and at the second time he slides into the B note, the 9th fret of D string. He gives that some slight vibrato. 7th fret of G string. And then again the slide back into the position. Then another hammer on to the major 3rd. And then 7 at A string and 7 at B string. Now here's the lick slowly again. Now fast. Now the classic ending for an acoustic blues is this little bit here. Now he's gonna again play the G major triad here. Play it a few times while bending it up slightly. Then playing E flat 9th chord. And then play an E flat 9 chord. Or sometimes you will play an E sharp and then slide into that E flat 9th chord. If you learned something and if you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Also consider supporting me on Patreon, that would really be appreciated. I always try to increase the quality of these videos and you could be a huge part of this. Get to know me on my Patreon community. I will see you next time. Bye bye.